Hello, Chalkin History friends. It's Shelly Kallach tonight. It is Thursday night. I hope you guys are having a good week, and we are almost to the weekend. Tomorrow is Friday. Yay, yay, yay. Today we are going to work on our Snowman Porch Leaner, which is in our last chance category, you guys. So we don't want this to slip away. Let's see. I am excited about this. I have two so that I can have one on each side of my fireplace. Oops. So I am excited to get mine done. Sorry about that. I had something drop on me. Let's see. I have an extra device here, and it just wants to slip off my table here. All right, let's see if we're live. Say hello if you're hopping on. Okay. Oops. Getting this sprinkled into, I'm actually doing this as a workshop at in my my studio. So I thought, why not show everyone how it looks and how easy it is. So we'll give everyone a minute. Okay. All right, now let's get back to where we were. There we go. All right. Okay, we're gonna check for comments. Make sure you're commenting as we go along. Okay, so we got the Snowman Porch Leaner. It comes with the 3 sections of the snowman. I actually have other ideas for parts of the snowman, so we are going to kind of continue this on over the next, well, not this weekend because we have to go out of town, but next week. Hopefully it's not sold out by then, but I do have some ideas in my head of how I want to play with the sections and what my mind sees. So I think that'll be fun for you guys. But so we have our 3 sections. Like I said, I have 2. And then they used to have the accessories available. And what came with the accessories was you got his hat. Got his little scarf there. Oops, scarf is like this. Okay. It doesn't matter actually, you can have it go either way. So you got a scarf, you have his little nose, and some eyeballs, and a smile, but they're no longer available. So, but what is available is cutouts from Decor Cutouts. So if you comment, let's comment porch, and then I will go ahead and get you the information on how you can get your hands on these cutouts now that they're no longer available on our website. So let's get that on there. Comment porch for accessory pieces. Okay. All right, so we're going to put the originals away. And what I'm probably going to do with you today is only make one of the snowmen, because I feel like this is going to take some time. Also, the cutouts, if you get the cutouts from Decor Cutouts on Etsy, you will find that there are 3 additional pieces that will be 3 little pieces like coal. All right, let me get the eyeballs. There's one eyeball. Where's the other one? Where's that other eyeball? All right, so that's all of those. We're going to put these aside just for the moment. Until we're ready to get to those, let me put the original pieces away. Not quite sure how they had not enough accessory pieces to go with all the snowman cutouts, but I don't know, maybe more people just bought more of the snowman than the pieces, because I know they were doing, it's reversible, right? So you can do pumpkins on one side, like a stack of pumpkins on one side, so you really wouldn't need the accessories. So maybe they were thinking that. But anyways, you'll need patterns, or you can hand draw your own, that's fine too. I kind of just pulled some aside. In the video description, you'll see I have a cart link. It will say Snowman Leaner, and if you click on that, it'll kind of load your cart, or it'll give you the option to load your cart with some patterns. Otherwise, if you have some older ones, go ahead and use those too, or like I said, you can hand do your own. Okay, so I have this Oh Hello Winter. Here is some, it's called Special Snowflakes. Here is our mistletoe pattern. Thought that would be a good one. I also thought the watercolor dot patterns would be fun. And I've been wanting to try this pattern by Tiffany, and this one is called Weavin'. Also, a great choice would be our September Club Couture transfer. That's pretty in plaid. I thought that would be fun to use. And then, of course, we have our new modern plaid pattern. So we're going to kind of play with a couple of these. Like I said, I probably won't make both snowmen, but what I plan on doing is making their hats and their scarves different from each other so they're not the same. Probably use the same colors, just won't use the same patterns because I want 2 different snowmen. So, all right, we'll put that aside. So we're ready for those. Let's open up one of these guys and take a peek and see what we have here. I also have some white paint. You can use our white paste if you want to color your snowman pieces with. And then I have marmalade. I have black velvet for the carrot nose and his eyes and coal. And then I remembered that we have shimmer shadow, which is our black shimmer. And then we also used to have shimmer pumpkin. So I thought I would make his nose and the eyes and the coal with the shimmer colors. Okay, but first we're going to use a matte color, and then we'll put on top with the shimmer. All right, so first things first, let's get this guy out. All right, so I do not have enough space to have all the pieces out at once, so I'll show you one by one, but I also want to show you Vanity. This is our color of the month. Oop. And I will open this. Look at that. It's so pearly and metallic looking. I love it. Unfortunately, today is the last day to get a hold of it. So what you need to do is when you're placing your order of $75 or more, then you have the opportunity to unlock the ability to add it to your cart. And you can add up to 3 jars, you guys, 3 jars. So if you want this color, they are stopping production after today. Okay, you can't get it anymore after today. I'm not quite sure why they're doing that. I think they don't want the color of the month going on all month long. I think they're trying something different. So tonight's the last night for Vanity. And it's a rose gold metallic. It's so pretty. All right, so here is, let's find the top part here. So here's the head of our snowman. And then when you flip it over, you see there's like a ridge. So there's actually 2 pieces that they've put together, right? So you have kind of this indentation. And what happens is on the second piece, you'll see, same idea, it's double layered, but there's that indentation and, oops, sorry, on both sides. So then it will kind of just sit on top. Okay, this is the back side. This is the back side. So what you'll do is you'll put, you know, some really good adhesive there, and then you'll adhere it that way. Okay, then you still have the second half, right? So once you got that on, then this is the bottom. Okay, and you'll see again, it has the 2 layers, and then you will attach it that way. Okay, so the seams with the overlaying parts will be on the back side, and you will have, you know, your divisions on the top half, except it's just going to be a line. You're not going to see this part. Okay, so once you put it all together, it'll be just like 3 sections. Okay, so we are going to paint this guy up. Like I said, I'm not going to do both because that will be on forever. So I'm going to try to get this lid off. I just don't know why these always get so tight. I got to clean the rims, I think. Gets that dried up paint. All right. These sections, we're going to do section by section. And let's get a foam brush. All right. And I think, so this paint, I like this paint. It's Art Minds. It's a matte distressing paint. It's just a chalk paint. I don't want to use all of my bright white paste because this is a big area to have to paint. So I do like using just paint for this. I'm going to actually add quite a bit of water to this so we can kind of thin that up a little bit. This paint is really thick, which gives you really good coverage. I don't feel like that's on all the way. I don't want to shake it and then have it go everywhere, which I think it still might do. Ooh, yep. I don't think I have got on very good. There we go. Oh, I felt it grab and then it didn't grab. I feel like something's in the way. There we go. Gotta get it really good and mixed. It's leaking somewhere. It's okay. We're painting this white. All right. See how we did here. Okay, that looks good. So we're just going to paint this nice and white. I'm not worried about the section. In fact, I think I kind of want to leave that natural so that I feel like the glue might adhere better. So we're just going to get a nice layer of paint on here. Pieces of dried up chalk paint, I think, on here. Let me get those off. Try to have all the strokes going in the right same direction here. If you feel like you want a second coat, we can do that. You can always do that, of course. Okay, here's our first coat. Let's get him dry. This is the boring part, right? Just gotta get it all painted up. That's why I don't want to bore you with doing two. We'll just do one. But make sure you get yours because they are going to be they're in the last chance, so quantities are low. So if you're interested in taking that workshop at the Morrow Arts Center, be sure to register. He's so cute. He's going to be so cute. All right, I am going to do a second coat here. I think a second coat will definitely make a big difference. I know. Who's thinking about snowmen at this time of the year? But when these low quantities, we got to get them while it's hot. Literally. Although it hasn't been too hot up here lately. It's been very comfortable, which is good. I don't like it super hot. I just don't like it when the humidity is horrible. I just do not like the humidity. Do not. So like I said, links are in that, the video description. Well, hello, Miss Mary. How are you? Oh my gosh. How is your hand? How are your family? Oh my gosh. It's been so long since we've chatted. How's the weather? I think we're supposed to go up to the 80s though, starting this weekend. We've been in the 70s. It's been so comfortable. The sun's been out. Second coat definitely makes a big difference. Okay. Let's put him aside and do piece 2. This would also be fun. Let's see, I think, now make sure you're doing the right side. We gotta make sure we're doing the right side. That is not the right side. So this will fit behind. Okay, so this is the top we want to paint. Pieces are getting bigger as we go down. Let's get this first coat on here. I don't know what colors I'm going to use for his scarf and hat now. I do love my purples. But I also may just try to keep him very neutral. So I'm not quite sure yet. I have to think about that. Definitely have to think about that. All right, let's get this guy dry so we can get a second coat. 87:30 of the day, 77 now at 9 p.m. Not sure what we're sitting at right now. But I think we got up to like 81, 82 today. Like I said, we've been in the like middle, low 70s. It's been so nice. I think it's supposed to be high 80s though coming up. Dog days of summer. The dog days of summer are coming. How old is the little one these days? And your wrist and your back. I know you were having some issues too. Those darn backs, we just don't treat them well, do we? Hi, Kathy. How are you tonight? She is 3. Wow. That's crazy. Time just keeps on marching, doesn't it? It waits for no one. Thank you for sharing and sprinkling. I appreciate you, Kathy. I'm doing all right too. I was saying earlier that these Snowman Porch Leaners are now in our last chance category. So we need to get them while we can. And I have ideas for the rest of the pieces parts, like the sections. So not only can they be pumpkins or a snowman, but I have other ideas. Okay, well, wow, I am making a mess out of myself. I will get that info to you, Kathy. Let's see if we can find that for you. Shoot that your way. Okay, that's our second section. On to the third. Okay, and I'm pretty sure, let's see, this is the bottom. Okay, this is a big one. I know, it's no fun watching someone paint, right? And I'm clearly not the best painter. We're just chatting, right? Chatting away. How's the weather up by you, Kathy? You're probably pretty much the same as us. Although sometimes you guys get snow and we don't. You probably get more snow than I do. You got lake effect, probably snow. We don't really get that down here. Okay, long strokes here. Get it dry, and then we'll do a second coat. Do you think that second coat makes a difference? For sure. What's everyone's plans this weekend? Anything fun? We'll be going out of town. All right, let's get this coat dry, and then we'll throw another one on them. So you were cooler than we were today, Kathy. Looking forward to seeing what I come up with, huh? So I'll tell you guys what I'm thinking. So that top portion that I showed you, his head, well, this is the bottom portion. So I could see this being just one pumpkin, right? You could add some, all your greenery, attach that up there. You could maybe drill some holes in it, and paint this as a pumpkin. Maybe just use one of your patterns, Oh, that's nice. So this I could see as a pumpkin. The middle piece and I'll show you when I'm done. The middle piece could be something Halloween, and the top piece is something Christmassy / wintry. I'll show you. I'll show you like what my mind is thinking. I'm hoping to see some more holiday releases to see if it will lend to my ideas or not. Because we still have our holiday peanuts release coming. We have a designer release coming for the holidays. Still got stuff coming. This paint dries awful fast. Almost there. Almost there. Okay. Back and forth here. Just trying to smooth it out a little bit here. He doesn't have to be perfect because what snowman is perfectly white, right? They're always dirty. Always dirty. Okay, let's get this guy dry. I'll probably paint the edges too white. How am I doing? Oh, well, it's been a crazy year and a half or so. Parents have had some health issues. My dad passed away in May. My mother-in-law had a pretty bad accident. Yeah, it's been challenging, to say the least. And then on top of it all, you know, I got the back aches. My back seem to be like really starting to hurt more often. Just like walking. I do have discs that are out of position, so it has gotten a little worse over the last 10 years. So we're going to see how we're going to go forward with that and treat that. All right, so that's our bottom piece. Okay. All right, let's put this away. I'm going to clean out this lid, I think. Okay. I'm going to put this where it's not going to get in trouble. There we go. I'm going to somewhat close this up. Not too tight. Not too tight, because then we'll never be able to open it again. Okay. All right, so here's our 3 sections. All right, so hear me out, friends. And then after the video, go run and get you some porch leaner pieces, okay? Okay, this is his head, okay? And if you want to use all 3 sections as a stack of pumpkins, that's awesome. You just flip it over and you paint the other side, okay? But here's what I'm thinking. Snowman head on one side. I see. What do you guys see? Let me get this out of the way. I see. What do you see? What do you see when you look at this shape? A wintry shape. A wintry shape, a Christmas shape. What do you guys see? I see a snow globe, okay? I see a snow globe. So that's how I envision and playing, because I have a whole extra set of this porch leaner, and I want to make this into a snow globe. Okay, good idea, right? Yes, Kathy, a globe. All right, so that's what I saw. So then this section, what do you guys see? This is kind of a Halloween shape that I see. What if I do it this way? What do you see? I see a cauldron. That's what I see. I see a cauldron, and you can pick out one of our Halloween sayings or something to put in the middle. But how fun is that? I have matching cutouts to do. Oh my gosh, I have so many ideas going through my head. So that's what I see there. And then, of course, like I said, this can be, and that could also be a pumpkin too. You're right, Kathy. I see a pumpkin with this one. I would definitely either hang it. You could do it a door hanger. So I would, if you look at the other side, there's one layer and this is a double layer. I would probably put the holes in the single layer and make it a door hanger, and then do a bunch of, whatever, floral type stuff, and, draw in the pumpkin sections and make it a pumpkin. I would probably use maybe even some of our patterns just to pretty it up. But I do see a pumpkin on this guy too. Okay, but we're not doing that. We are doing our snowman. So this is our bottom. This is our middle. I just wish I had a big enough table for all this. And then we have his head. That'll go on here. All right, so knowing these are the pieces, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna set these aside and work on our cutouts. All right, so when you mention the word porch, you will get a link to get these cutout pieces. Okay, so you got your hat. I include 3 pieces of coal, which isn't with the original. You'll get 2 eyes, a nose, and 4 little mouth pieces. Isn't he cute? So that's what we're gonna do there. All right. Now with these guys, I probably will paint them with our chalk paste, okay? What I'm gonna do is I have Shimmer Shadow. I have Shimmer Pumpkin. This is old. I have Papaya, because that looks closest. Or we have Marmalade. Oh, I don't know, that Marmalade looks pretty close too. We could use Marmalade. So we're gonna paint the carrot nose with Marmalade. We'll paint the eyes, the mouth, and the coal pieces with black velvet. Then we're gonna do the shimmers on top so that you can get the shimmers on top. I always find that if I paint pieces with a matte color first, then the shimmer goes on so much better. So let me find some brushes here, some smaller brushes. There we go. Okay. Let's use this. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of paint them up. Or if you like using your acrylic paints or chalk paints or whatever it is you want to use, feel free. You know what? I'm going to get, there's my, trying to see where I put my mat. Ouch. Let's just use one of these guys. I like using our ink mats. Keeps all the plate pieces in place so I don't get to be too messy. Oops. Okay. Ooh, I'm sticking to it. Okay, let's just gonna kind of mist the top of my paste here. Get our pieces of coal, his eyeballs. His little smile. Now there's no transfer for these pieces. They had offered an accessory kit that you could buy where they cut out all these pieces. They, however, have retired that. So that's why if you comment porch, I can get you some cutouts. Okay. All right, so we did the black. Now we're gonna open our shadow shimmer shadow. What's a great idea? I'm just seeing your comments. Tell me. Oh, the ink mat? Maybe it's the ink mat you thought. All right, now we're gonna do the shimmer on top. And it applies easier. And it'll look like coal to me. It won't be such a flat finish, right? It'll be shimmery. Okay. Yes, because it's sticky. So I buy, well, now we have ones that are 9 by 12. It's already cut to the perfect size, which is awesome. But I used to buy I think this was like 11 by, or 17 by 11, something like that. I used to buy that size and then cut them in half. Okay. Okay, hopefully that'll get shimmery. All right, let's get our nose. We're gonna use marmalade. Our marmalade is so much, it's more wetter than my black was. It's the perfect orange for a nose, for a carrot nose. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, let's go ahead and I'm gonna dry that orange up a little bit. The marmalade. Okay. Let's see how old our orange, our pumpkin shimmer. It looks pretty good actually. All right, now we're gonna paint that on. So he's gonna have a shimmery nose. Do you guys have any shimmer pumpkin left? It's an oldie but a goodie. I still love my shimmer harvest. It's one of my favorite colors. Trying to give it some chunkiness too. Give them a little bit of surface, you know, dimension. Okay. All right. We just got to decide what we're going to do with our scarf and hat. All right. Now, remember, our mat does not like heat, so I'm going to take these off so we can get them drying a little bit better. He's kind of a mess on the edge there. Clean him up. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Oof. Oh, wouldn't you know it? I just touched my snowman body with it. Hold on. Gotta get him clean. Unbelievable. Like, really? Okay. All right, let's get this dry. See if it gets shimmery on me here. Sometimes the shimmers will get really shimmery. I didn't really stir it, so could be my fault. Let's see. Oh no, it's getting sparkly. It's sparkly. Like a fresh fallen crisp snow. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good there. Ouch, hot. Not too shimmery. Kind of more of a metallic than shimmer. Okay, that's fine. All good. There's my coal. Here's his eyes. Still a little wet. That's part of his smile. Okay, if you don't get messy like me, then I'm embarrassed. I am a messy crafter. Okay, guys, what are we gonna do with our pieces parts here? Let's see, do I wanna go the blue route? Do I wanna go the purple route? we could do, so I have grays in my family room, and that's where our fireplace is. We can paint it storm, and then maybe do camel, or oh, we could do, I know, he's gonna be a boring snowman, but he'll at least go well in my family room. We could do ash, which is that dark gray with storm. I think I like that. I think I like that. We're gonna keep them very, 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 very neutral. Okay, let's get that. Storm and ash. Okay, and we also need to decide what patterns we're going to use. So I think for this one, I'm going to do Tiffany's Weavin'. I just like that design, and I think I'm going to use the small polka dots. So I think I'm going to do the polka dots on his hat, and then we'll do the weaving on his scarf. I think that's what we're going to do. We'll have to put a little white puff for his little cotton top there. All right, let's do that. Let's get that white back. There should be enough on here, I would think. Should be enough on here. And I kind of just wing it. Totally winging it. Okay, that should work. See that really thick piece on there, darn it. Okay. Okay, let's get that dry real quick. We'll do a quick little second coat, and then paint the rest of this cap. Trying to think if I want it light gray with not sure what color I want to go on the bottom. I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, let's do a quick second coat here. Okay, that's good. I think it's good. I'm going to take a quick peek at what it should look, what theirs looks like. Snowman. Okay, this is what they did with theirs. This is what they did with theirs. So they did the snowflakes on his hat, and they did the new plaid pattern that we have. I think it would be kind of cute to do the rim of his. Oh, they put a little cotton thing on for his hat, or on the top. How cute is that? I don't know. It'd be kind of cute to make that top part white. Like just do this all white. Well, or what we could do is make it, so do, I know what we're gonna do. Okay. All right, let's paint it ash. This one's not open. I know I have an open one. Of course, it's all the way on the bottom. Okay, this should be open, yep. Okay. All right, we're gonna paint the whole thing with ash. Right up to that white. Because if we do think we want to cover that with a pom-pom or something, we can do that. Squirt this guy with some water. Okay. Squeaky. All right, let's get that dry. I think I may leave his rim gray. So I may tape off a line. And then chalk the rest. I think that might be cute. And instead of storm, I might use beige to lighten it up a lot more. So that's that. And then we're gonna use grayish. I think that's grayish. Okay, so let's do this. We're gonna get some washi tape here. And I wish I could, really wish I could bend tape, but it won't bend in a curve like I would like it to. So let's see, how are we gonna do this? I know. Hang with me here, friends. What am I looking for? I'll take my other one and kind of trace it with a pencil or something. There we go. Oh my gosh, can you see that? This is just our can't remember the name, detail tool. Wow, that was kind of a brilliant idea, I must say. Okay. All right, that came in handy. All right, so now I know where I should chalk and where I shouldn't chalk. I want a nice clean gray line up there. I'm not gonna mess with it now though, because when I mess with things, things go bad. So let's get our wax. Okay. You know I like to wax my wood. Feel better doing it that way. I'm just going to do the brim. It actually makes that ash a little bit darker. I love it. I love this ash. I think that was a good color for them to come out with. Still waiting for them to come out with the color of like jute. Would love for them to come out with a color like that. Oops, ouch, just scraped. All right, we're just puffing it here. Okay. All right, here we go. Put that guy aside for now. All right, let's get our grayish. Let's do polka dots for his hat. And I think we'll use that weave-in for his scarf. Okay. This was the watercolor dot. Watercolor dot pattern. Okay, and then I am going to put it, let's see here, see if we can find a good center. Turn it this way here. I am all about making things even here, so. Do that. Okay. And then I know somewhere along here is that line, even though I can't really see it, so I'm gonna kind of do it again and not pressing hard, but just to kind of give myself an idea of where it may lay. So again, I'm just gonna kind of, I'm not ruining my transfer, I'm just kind of seeing if this will help. Okay, I do see it now. That does help for sure. All right, and then we know not to go up on the puff there. So I'm gonna kind of go, I'm gonna draw my own little line here. Wherever I see that line, kind of giving myself a parameter where not to go. All right, now we can kind of chalk the rest here. Make sure you get those edges. I'm excited to see how this turns out. I bet it's going to be super duper cute. X this off. Again, make sure you kind of go along that line. All right, are we ready? Are we ready? Okay, I think we're ready. I'm excited. OMG, how cute is that? So cute. Look how cute that is. It's really cute. So cute. If anything, I would probably maybe do like a white, or we can bring the white down. We could always do the white. That'll be hard to cover. Or we take the grayish and do that color. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? It's gonna dry it up. Gonna do the whole thing, make his brim a little different color. See all that changed colors? That was the wax getting heated up. We're gonna have to sit on that one and think about that. All right, now to do his scarf. So with that, we're gonna do that. We're gonna use this pattern. So the majority of the color that we use with the paste will be more prominent. So let's do the same thing. We'll paint it ash and then chalk with grayish. Let's get this out. The water helps spread the chalk paste. And what's nice about this scarf is because there is no transfer per se that goes with it, it can go either way. Like you can flip it over. Like I'm gonna have two, so one's gonna face one way and then I'll flip it over and have it face the other way. And I could always take like an acrylic marker once this is all said and done, and we could draw lines, you know, to show the separation of the scarf, you know, because I feel like I should have a line there. Right? Like I'm painting my stroke this way. Because I feel like that's normal. And then we'll go down because the scarf will hang down. Do you have the snowman on your Etsy? I have these pieces on the Etsy, but the snowman, the actual 3-piece sections are still available on the website, Kathy. They are in, if you search like snowman, they should pop up. Or leaner or porch, you should be able to find it that way. Okay, let's get that dry. But these pieces, the cutouts, the accessory pieces should be on Decor cutouts, yes. I think I sent you a private message with that link. Okay, good. Okay. All right. Wax time. Now we could, as I'm chalking, I could make like the pattern go one way and then make these go down. We could try that. Or we just chalk the whole thing and I go back later with a chalk marker, which probably might be the easier route. Once I get them all put together too. It'll be easier to envision. I think too, maybe when I cut these pieces going forward, I will put that little score in there so that you can see, you know, his hat. Maybe I'll make that an option to add the score lines. Always improving, always, always improving. So let's do this, everyone. If you comment porch and you go to purchase the pieces, I will send you a message through Etsy asking if you want score lines. How's that? And then you can decide if you want them or not. Okay. Go around edges here. Okay. Keep knocking my my paintbrushes down. I'm a hot mess, people. Oof, I have got to do that t-shirt with who's the messy one? Who's the messy one? Is it Schroeder or Pigpen? That's it. Got to do that shirt that says the world needs more messy people. Because I am messy. All right, let's get this guy out. Not sure this transfer really makes, you'll be able to tell like if it goes one way versus another, if it's direction. This is called weaving. Tiffany. Weaving. Okay, let's get this out here. I don't need to wax or anything because we did the buff because, or I'm sorry, fuzz, because we've done the waxing and the buffing here. Is this gonna fit totally across? Of course not. All right, so I do want, let's do this. Will it fit this way? Okay. How about diagonal? Yep, okay. It's just gonna be difficult. So what we are going to do is get it close enough to, oh, that works. Okay. All right, so that solves the whole worrying about it being straight and all that, because we'll just, if we have to, we'll draw our own lines later on. Okay, let's get this guy chalked. Everything's water soluble, which is awesome because I will just rinse this in my sink. This is a fun pattern. Very versatile. I feel like you can use this for any holiday, any background. If you're just looking for something to pretty up a background. Country-ish, it could be country-ish, it could be farmish, it could be autumnish, it can be scarfish. Make sure you get those edges. And make sure you get all your excess off. Put back in your jar for the next time you need it. Don't play with it too long. The more you keep going over it, the faster it will dry on you. Really have anywhere to hold that down, so we're going to use this. There we go. Oh, there we go. Cute. Guys, I am just like a wreck here. All right, let's get that dry. Like I said, I'll probably come down with some type of a chalk marker. Thank you, Kathy. I like this pattern. You could even make the scarf match the hat. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do the other pieces and make them match. Up a little bit here. See what pieces, parts we can put together here. So here's, oh my gosh, how cute. So cute. Okay. I don't think, let's see, do we need the body yet? Do we think, I'll have to see if we think if one of the piece of coal will go on there for his buttons. But we can collect, or we can put these two things together. So let me put this over here. Let's put this on top. All right, so this is how it's going to connect. Let me get the glue I've been liking lately. It's called Thick. I love it. You do not need a lot at all. And then I'm going to add a little bit of wood glue, maybe. Okay. Probably this glue tends to dry in this channel. There we go. Try that again now. Okay. See, it gets stuck up in that channel and dries. All right, so we're just gonna plop that down. We want to line that up. Okay, let's see. You want to make sure the glue doesn't come through the front, you know? Okay. I'm leaving a little space here because it didn't quite want to line up. But it's fine because we're going to end up putting his scarf there anyway. So you're going to cover that. Oh, I really like that. It's going to cover that up anyway. And then his cute little hat will go on top. How cute. Okay, let's just hold this down. I want to make sure it dries. Nope, still wet. Okay, let's keep holding it down. So maybe what we'll do is we'll do 2 coal pieces on his body. And then one more on that bottom piece. Depends where the scarf lies. All right, so cutie pie there. Doot. Oh my gosh, wouldn't it be fun to give him a little pipe? So cute. All right, so I think I'm going to, with this guy, make his hat match. Pretty sure I want to do that. So you can cover up that seam by laying that there. Don't think it's supposed to fit any other way, right? I wouldn't think you would put it low, so I think you need to put it up high. So it's like around his neck. So that would go there. Pretend this is that, because I think I'm gonna do the second set like that. His hat goes on like that. Oh my goodness, you guys, what do you think? He is adorable, isn't he? Can make beady little eyes. Make a little smile. Aw, isn't he adorable? You could add little, like little highlights if you want to take a chalk marker, a little bit of chalk paste. Give him a little glint in his eye. Aw, look how cute he is. I really like this pattern, you guys. I really like that. And then I guess you could just do the 3 snowmen. Ooh, so you're saying it up there. You might be onto something. You may be onto something, Mary. I think we should do that. How cute. What a great idea. What a great idea. All right. He's just so darn cute. All right, so I like the kohl buttons here. I think I like all 3 on his midsection. You probably can't see because there it is. My desk isn't big enough. Okay. I'm gonna paste down his kohl. Just 1 drop will do ya. Okay. Last one. That is such a good idea, Mary. I'm so glad you hopped on tonight. I hope you've been chalking lately or doing something crafty. Okay, I can't do the scarf yet because I'm gonna have to move some things around. So let's take this and put it in the back there. Take all these pieces of our, let's do that. Okay, let's move this guy back here too. All right, Mary, let's go for it here. Great idea. Great idea. Okay. Will this fit? No. Okay, what I might need to do first though is wash it. because I've noticed sometimes when I chalk, like if I try to use a transfer that has like that outline like that, and then I try to use it on something else, it won't go through. You did some Christmas ornaments today, yay. Really? A 3-ball snowman. Interesting. Huh. That's very interesting. That is quite a good little tidbit of trivia. I'll have to remember that. Although you have all kinds of tidbits of wisdom. You remember all those interesting things. All right, let's see what we can get worked off here. I'm going to get my board eraser for this. Turn that back over. There we go. Crazy, you know, people start thinking about decorating for the holidays, but you have to. They just come at you so quickly. All right, so let me try to wipe this side up. Towel. I think I might get rid of that mat that's under here. This is just getting in my way. My routine here. There we go. There we go. Never want to put a wet transfer on your project, especially if it has chalk elements on it already. Because that will kind of reactivate that. What is that? Goodness. Okay, we waxed this, so if that's chalk paste, it should come right off, along with some of the wet paint. Or no, that was the chalk paste. Oh, please, let's get this re-painted here. Then we'll re-wax that. Okay. So it washed off a little bit, so we're just going to go ahead and fix that real quick. we'll relax it. Alright, I told you, hot mess express over here. Waxed. I love putting wax on when it's hot because it melts so nicely into it. Then we can buff it real nice. There you go, good as new. And you never want to put a transfer on a hot surface either because that will melt it. All kinds of tips for you tonight. Okay, let's do that. Where's our grayish? Okay, I'm going to turn this upside down so it's closer to me. So that I can see that invisible line we kind of drew. Okay, so far so good. If it gets a little on there, it's okay. It's not gonna be perfect. There is nothing perfect in this world. I used to just, in my crafting, would be like, oh my gosh, you're so critical of your own work, right? But I learned to let that go. And it's actually very freeing to just craft and not worry, because crafting is handmade, right? So there's bound to be errors because you have the human error come into things. Let's see where that lands. The element of human error plays a part. I cannot wait to see how awesome this is going to be. And then, I don't know, I think I am going to make both of my snowmen the same. Now that I think about it, because I really love this pattern and I think he's going to be cute. So let's see. Oh my goodness. Mary, great idea. Great idea. OMG. Oh, a lot going on with all those patterns. It's perfect. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It truly is perfect. So that doesn't sit anyway, you know, I guess you could, no, you don't want it too close to his eyes, so it does not matter where his hat lays there. His eyes do not go on his nose. Sideways mouth. We got his buttons in place. And then we can glue that down eventually. Oh my gosh, masterpiece. I love him. I love him. That's a win for me, guys. That is a win. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. See if I can get him sideways, get more of them on there. Look at him. He's so cute. All right, and then of course, then we would have to put his bottom half down there. And that'll just click right in there. Oh my gosh, he's amazing. I love it, you guys. I love it. If you love him too, give him a big heart and let me know. All right, thank you guys so much. It has been quite a long evening. I appreciate you sticking with me, and I will let you go.